They're pulling the Overlord as well. Get over. Get over here. This is his pet probe. This is the Overlord's pet probe. No, no, no. Come back. Oh, no. Now it's the other Overlord's pet. No. Nope. No. No. This is, we're gonna play Overlord Leapfrog now. He got a new pet probe. Oh my god. This is beautiful. Yeah. 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 Meanwhile, there are some Zerglings that don't really have an enemy target. Or do they? I don't know why they're not yoinking. There's a Terran in here. Cannons are up. Cannons also have Abduct. Wait, whose cannons are whose? We're having a cannon war. Meanwhile, some lucky Terrans and or Protoss have escaped to the outer edges. Well, it's not just limited to them. The inner circle is still awash with, well, I mean, the fact that you can turn it off is obviously a bug. Why would you ever want to turn it off? MJ Monkey's out of the game. We got some shield batteries coming up. I'm not sure what that's going to accomplish. No idea how anyone is going to win these fights, but cannons cannot be abducted, unfortunately. It does look like the yoinks are working. A little bit of an Overlord three-way here, as everybody wants to get a piece of each of them.
Yes, yes, yes. Just as I deserve.
Oh, God.
Hey, Boo Boo. Can I make a shitty song request? Or leave it goodie?
That's not old. It's like a year. All right. The shield batteries allowing the probe to hold through the abducts, but the abducts allowing the probe to continue causing the shield batteries to have to heal. And the never-ending... unfortunately, the larvae also have abduct, so there's a lot of mass kidnappings going on. Unfortunately, there are far too many, as the police are also abducting people. And everybody involved is being abducted by everyone else. So at this point, it's consensual. In one way or another. The larvae are keeping the Marines from getting too close, but the pylon will depower all the batteries. Meanwhile, this is the weirdest Reaper micro you have ever seen. Oh, the abduct, but he micros away. Then he pulls it back, and it didn't quite get it on both hits. No, it gets him. No, I take it back. But he can't help but pull on. He takes him down. This base was built here for unknown reasons. He does still have a base in the center circle of death. A pylon will be rebuilt. The larvae will do their best to keep the Marines away from killing that pylon. As on the other side, the Zergling's going to work. The Zealot in the mineral line. SCV is going to work. Pulling the Zealot along with him, but also getting pulled back in. I'm not sure which is worse. The Zealot's pulled along. A drone finds its way into the mineral line. The larvae still exist, and the larvae still have abduct. I'm not sure why he went for 3 shield batteries instead of any cannons, but we're here now. These exchanges continue to happen. Galaxy Fox able to secure a reasonable amount of production. the listener, hold strong. And if any of you are on the goddamn stream, turn it off and watch the VOD. Otherwise, it's going to be really boring, and I'm going to publicly shame you. So go pause. That abduct. That adept. Can't adept out of that. The spine crawlers do not have abducts, so they're safe for now. Sonny is doing his best. Weavis is... well, having his own internal struggle. He does still have some of the mineral... he is the only one mining the inner mineral patches. White Shadow is doing okay. He's managed to get 3 bases here. There is still an Overlord in the corner, and there is no way that Overlord is going to stay there. Ah! The larva yanks it out, and then the Queen goes for the alley-oop, and the larva wants in on the action, but the probe is already dead. If they get in range of the larva, that gives you an idea of the range. Thank you for that, Draxus, as well. Oh, but they're pulled back in the Queen! And the legs! But the legs at the same time! I don't... it does... This is madness! It does look like there are no more cannons, though. So that'll do it. So SCV is being routinely abducted from mineral lines here, but Adepts having the same happen to them. It looks like whoever has the numbers advantage is able to abduct the most just by process of numbers. This is still happening. Oh yeah, there are 2 Overlords mated for life in the corner, as the blue and green Overlords have found themselves constantly bonded by mutual abduction. And there is no escape. There is no escape from that. Quite literally, there is no way they can get out of range of each other in time to escape the eventual inevitable attraction. Oh, but a Zergling attack. Every Zergling a kidnapper in its own right. GG. The Zergling swarm abducts everyone and consumes it. We still have a little bit of Protoss infighting to the north. It does look like Fried Dirt is going to have an advantage on the Bugatti clan's Albiro, especially with Sonny coming around. Now this, it's anybody's game. The Stalker's having trouble getting their attacks off. It just looks like the Zergling count and the insta-surround is a little too good. They just don't have the numbers. The Zealot's able to get some attacks off, but not nearly enough. And Galaxy Fox's last Marines. The Watchtower rocks will be unhanded. And we've had a few players drop out, leaving some open space to expand. White Shadow, does he have the units here? The Zerglings are coming in. A larva picks one up. The Roaches and Lings pick up another. They have to retreat behind Fog of War, because if they can see them, they can abduct them. Alright, the abducts come out, but there aren't that many units. It's just cannons. A Void Ray as well. The Void Ray are going to get dragged around. It can't even fire. The probes are... well, the probes are being used to abduct it to the cannons. He's starting to use it. He's starting to learn. Adapt to his tools. He pulled the workers to abduct some of the additional units back into the cannons. It looks like Weavis has discovered the same tactic, despite the fact he's on an incredibly limited economy. probes are coming back. He's trying to drag him into the cannons, but he's running the risk of getting abducted himself. Is there enough? A single carrier finds itself in a less than ideal scenario. Do the interceptors still have abduct? I'm not sure. But they're dragged into the cannons. The probe's being used. On the other side, we still have an exchange between Waffles. Well, I think that exchange has ended, as Waffles is in the air and Insane is on the ground. Waffles is now the refugee Terran, but there is no home for him to land. There's really nowhere for him to go. We have some Banelings in the mix. Oh, but the Banelings, I'm not sure that's very cost-effective use of them, but they will kill the Zealot. This Immortal being heavy-handed. A lot of Zealots here, enough to turn the tides, as no matter what's happening, things are turning. A probe gets dragged all the way from its home as the minerals start to run out on the outer circle. Fried Dirt still has access to the golden circle. Big Boss Alex has maintained heavy control with his triangle cannon defense. Captain, well, not Captain, I don't know why I want to say Captain. Waffles is desperately looking for a home, but even the base Galaxy Fox once resided in is still here, and he has nowhere to go. The Zealots are coming in. The probes, he's got to be careful, they'll abduct away. Some of the Zealots are dragged back into the cannons. On the other side, the planetary is being blasted down. A nuclear missile is launched at close range. It is immediately launched into the distance, never to be seen again. Insane, his planetaries have been broken and battered and bashed to pieces. Waffles is slowly but surely going to pay for his ineptitude with his life. Big Boss Alex relying on that static defense that has worked well so far across the board. Weavis, definitely a true believer in that philosophy. Waffles no longer has any buildings besides the ones about to be overrun by Big Boss. But there's no time limit. This game goes until the last man is standing. 12 men enter the Circle of Death and the world of Yoinkcraft. Only one. But men and women, alright, let's be fair, will survive. Cannons are depowered. Fried Dirt. This isn't all of his base, though. Big Boss Alex may not know the extent. Waffles with... He has built one more Marine. That is all he has. That is his only unit, is one Marine. The exchange begins. There are some Banelings. He's got to be careful. He drags the Banes in. The Queen is assassinated. The Hydra right behind it. The production tab is way too large. Oh, but the probes drag the Hydras into the cannons. But is there any support? Is there anything to keep them there? Are there enough cannons to hold? More probes will be pulled. The Abducts trying to get some into the cannons. The first Abducts. But they're trading places, trading spaces. Trading bases. But at this point, it looks like White Shadow has the numbers. The Listener does not have the units. You get close enough and you can yank it down. Sunny looking very strong with a lot of static defense. Oh, the Banelings are pulled in and obliterate the Zealots. What is Big Boss Alex going for? A single Tempest. But if you get close enough, guess what's going to happen? Oh, but the Tempest counter-abduct. No, the probes! The probes will help to hold into the cannons. A White Shadow with another round of Hydras. At some point, that Tempest will be dragged down and dragged away. But the probes are actually helping. There aren't many probes left. Somehow they've done enough. But the economy is still there. The cannon, 24 kills, 16 kills, 8 kills. The defensive probes doing their best. Creep has been spread one way or another over much of the map. Weavis is, we do have a drone being dragged around by 3 very ambitious larvae. It will eventually die of intense nausea, as cannons will be targeted down. Alright, Hydra's on the side. Sunny looking like a strong contender for victory here. Big boss AVEX, though. If we look at the supplies across the board, we find 3 over 100. And a couple others still in the game. We're down to about 5. Probably soon to be 4. The Hydra numbers have reached too great a proportion. GG. The listener taps out. A probe dragged into the Nexus. Knockdown. Big boss AVEX faces his first real challenger. Oh, but the Hydras got too close, and they were pulled into the gauntlet. Weavis is, Weavis is Captain I don't know why I keep calling him Captain, but Waffles still has a Rex. He's still in the game. Even the Overlord's getting in on the action. The Overlord's dragging the Zealot all the way back into the... Oh my god, the Lurkers. But if the Lurkers are abducted, they get unburrowed. This might be a mistake. All he needs to do is get close. Oh, like that! And like that! And like... Well, something like that as well! Oh, that Archon wandered a little too close to the sun. White Shadow looking good here. But we have a 4-way contention for final victory. No player wants to commit their forces to trying to take out an opponent. It leaves them vulnerable to 2 other fronts. And then we also have this big neutral creep. Who's going to take out Baron? Except in this, you get no benefit besides just losing your units. But the exchange begins! He has detection! A lot of the Lurkers are unburrowed, but not all. He's able to drag most of them out into the Immortals and into the cannon. Some of the Void Rays make it back. Heavy cost on either side. He still has detection. Even the Observers are getting in on the action. The DT, there is no detection on the other side. More Lurkers pulled in. The Lurkers have been taken out, but so have the Immortals. There's still 1 Lurker at the back. The Observers abducting. But White Shadow, oh, what a pull! The Mass Hydra strats. Big boss AVEX losing a big chunk of his Archon. But the Hydra's gonna be exchanged. No! He has the numbers, he kills the Void Ray. Oh, jeez. Is the correct response as Big Boss AVEX dips to 150 supply. I feel like this is the time to pull the workers. The Hydra's trying to go through. They have plenty of DPS to get through these cannons. I don't know if that's a fight you want to trade with. There's another exchange on this side. The Interceptors are abducting! And the Interceptors are being abducted! 1 carrier of Interceptors. They turn the tide of this Protoss versus Zerg war. And he's pushing through Sunny's front. It's not always Sunny on Fnatic Arena. Though it was looking like it for a while. Sky Captain Waffles with his barracks will continue to observe. What's happening here, says Fried Dirt. Even the Observers, the Overseers, the Overlords, Interceptors abducting Larva and Larva abducting Interceptors. What a world we live in. Sunny with a few broodlings. The broodlings will abduct as well. Waffles with desperation. Big Boss Alex still has enough cannons as White Shadow turns his attention to Banelings being dragged into the Hydralisks. White Shadow drops under 100 supply. And now it looks like fried dirt. Fried Dirt has secured the supply lead. He still has... The CPM is quite high. A single Tempest working its way through. Big Boss Alex is starting to run out of minerals. The gold minerals not really extended here, or exchanged. Oh, some Banelings. Oh. Dragged in and connect. But there's no way to kill the carriers. Those interceptors all abduct. Here come the overlords. The observer's dragging them back. It's treason. As Sky Captain Waffles with his final barracks will burn. But White Shadow still at a relatively healthy economy. Whereas Fried Dirt, he's running out of minerals. There are only so many minerals to scavenge. Sunny taps out. That leaves 2 to 3, depending on how you want to look at it. Not sure this is the engagement we want to take. Waffles has been eliminated. But White Shadow going into the front. Big Boss Alex looking for an opportunity. He has minerals. He just doesn't have supply. 125, 130, 56, and 23 are the supply lines across the board. What once was 12 now is 4. The final 4. Apparently these rocks can be hit from the low ground, kind of, by a couple units. As Weavis, well, Weavis, the number is 53, if you were wondering. But Big Boss Alex is fighting right now with Fried Dirt. I didn't even notice because they're both using the same Zealot skin. Big Boss Alex! The storms are hitting hard, but not hard enough. He tries to land them in the air. Have you ever seen a Templar flying and storming at the same time? Well, today you have. As White Shadow will take the other side of Alex. And then there were 2.5. The abducts from the probes will eat some of the Hydras. 3 carriers will survive for Fried Dirt. White Shadow maintains his supply. Weavis is still here. But these bases are being gutted. Fried Dirt re-expanding to the gold from where he started. Weavis with no plan for victory. Kind of the Switzerland tactics here. I just need to not lose for long enough and everybody will disconnect from the game. Big Boss Alex still in the game with 3 supply. There's nothing left to do. There's nowhere left to go. This probe artfully dodging a lurker. Apparently the lurkers don't have Abduct underground. But what are the banks? What are the resources? Good luck, Weavis. as he continues on his journey. So that way I can play the tournament. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Nobody knows what's happening. It seems like the Hydras are winning. There is a Colossus. I don't know about that call. Once the carriers start getting abducted, the interceptors are gone. Fried Dirt will find himself in the dirt. Is there a gas geyser in here? Wait, what? You bastard! I don't know why I keep going to the production tab, like this is going to be helpful information. Take it in, just take it in. Alright, well, Fried Dirt is not out of it yet. Archons didn't work so well for Big Boss Alex. We'll see if Fried Dirt can put it together. I mean, White Shadow doesn't have the most incredible... He only has 37 drones. Fried Dirt has 55 probes. It's just he can't mine with all of them at once. Is for the... Yes, a true love story continues in the corner of the map. With both these overlords in their intense, permanent, and infinite bond. Oh, but we're going in again. The Archon's not getting too many attacks off. But this angle, I don't think angles matter where we're going. And Colossi... Alright, go kill each other. Idiot. This is happening at the, as Alex is... I do like the attempt here of Weavis. Does Fried Dirt have anything in the tank? It's 97. It's not quite a decisive amount of supply, but what's the income? He's still got 1,700 minerals per minute. Well, that's all off this gold base. It is still contested by the DT. Thank you, Kafriki. Oh my. Apparently you can't abduct warping in units. I didn't know that. Even the larva in on the action. He still hasn't realized there are DTs, or well, I guess he's making spores. Fried Dirt running low on supply. His income has been severely limited. I'm almost calling it a technical knockout. Let's not forget the efforts of Weavis, who actually teched back up to Stargate, and also a Big Boss Alex, Waffles, and Ryan Firo's Overlords. Okay, like... Spend your money! Get some Zerglings! Because... Oh, well, there you go. That'll do. White Shadow's only at 61 supply. Why can't you guys kill each other in time? Do you know what an Overseer is? What? Weavis! This is still gonna continue. Can White Shadow throw it away? If he kills this base, he's got full... Make a fucking Overseer! I guess it doesn't matter at this point. Jesus Christ.
I wanna be where the people are.
Okay, 100... There's all the probes. There we go. Okay. Computer, GG. Computer exit. Computer show tournament. Computer show tournament. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that episode of Yoinkcraft.